Hi and welcome to another Wednesday with Wilna, and today I will start a new little series where I work with my spring collection products. So this is going to be a very fun page. I'm using the art journaling approach but in a minimalistic way, so you'll see what I mean in a second. So I'm starting off with a white paper. And this is American Crafts heavy weight cardstock. Sorry for that tongue twister. And I'm just painting it with a brush. You can see there it's a flat brush and a little bit of watercolor. And I'm just going to lightly paint it just here and there. You can see that I'm holding my brush fairly lightly and I'm splattering a tiny bit with just by tapping it over my finger. So this is the background and that's how simple it's going to be. So the watercolor that I'm using is Cotman by Winsor & Newton and the color is turquoise. So while the paint is still wet, I'm dropping some acrylic ink on there, and the ink is by Liquitex. And you can see that I'm holding my paint dropper fairly high, and that way you get the most beautiful little splatters. So this is basically just a background, and now I'm using my heat gun just to dry it. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish the page. I'm using this beautiful photograph of Jana. I did a little photo shoot with her in March, and it was actually a warm day here in Saskatchewan. I think it was +2, so she was brave enough to take off her jacket, and we did it in the snow, so it's really pretty. Adding her photo with some photo corners, and this is the little collection that you can buy on iHeartStudio. It's my spring collection, and there's so much products in this little collection. This is one of the flourishes with words. There are some without words as well. And I did use my silhouette to print and cut it. Even though you don't need a silhouette machine to be able to use these products, because I made some faint outlines, so you can print it, the PDF, and then you can just cut it out if you want to. This ampersand, I don't know from which collection it is, but you can see I'm just adding it there because the color reminded me of the acrylic paint drops. And now I am if you watch my April Fool's video, you'll have a chuckle now. You see, because I said, yeah, it's a parody. Go and watch it. It's actually this is actually what you should not do. So maybe I should make a very serious video that says 10 things you should not do. And this is one thing, is don't use splatters without covering your photograph, because then you get splatters all over the poor person's face and nose and everything. So obviously I'm not learning. And I mean, how many times have I done it? So it's absolutely absurd. So there's some white paint splatters on Jana's top there, but luckily I got rid of the ones on her face, and thank goodness for paper towels or wipes. So now I'm bringing back my watercolors and a very fine brush. This is a size 1, and I'm just going to add some markings. So I'm calling them markings because I don't know, it's just to make it interesting and give a little depth to it, or you can call it embroidering. I just love it. So I'm just going to play with the watercolors. And one thing that I discovered while I was doing this is that I like the fact that sometimes it's a lot of pigment and then just a little water, and the little bit of water also makes those beautiful droplets, and that way the little markings that you make is so beautiful with little droplets that dries in them. It's just pretty. Painting with the white there. So I just want to say quickly, if you buy the spring collection on iHeartStudio, then you get access to 4 exclusive process videos, 4 more layouts that I create using the little collection, and 4 of my favorite layouts. Plus, you get all the products. So it's like a little mini workshop there for you. So that will be on iheartstudio.ca. I just absolutely love the white liquid to X acrylic ink because of because of the fact that it's so opaque. So you can see how you can actually see it when you paint with it. Okay, so now I'm using one of my favorite new products, well, relatively new to me, is the Tim Holtz phrases. So it's a booklet that you can buy. And it has the most amazing phrases in it. And I love the typewriter font of it. And as you can see there, I sometimes cut it up. So I'm just adding a couple of phrases right behind the flourish. And just absolutely love it. And what I love about the phrases itself is the fact that it's so meaningful, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to trim my page a little smaller because I did not prime it. It did wobble a little. You can also see when I painted the background, the turquoise watercolors on the background, I left like an inch border. So I'm just going to trim it like a quarter of an inch on 4 sides. A half an inch on one side and then a quarter top and bottom. And then I'm going to mount it on some polka dot paper. I was a little frustrated because I want the polka dots to show, but then I decided just to distress the ends. Yeah, I did not use the title in the end. It just didn't feel right. So now I'm going to just trim off that little strip and looking for the right paper. That's a little too much. In the end, I went back to the polka dots. So I adhered it with some tape, and I did place just making sure that my hands doesn't smear, because you can see my fingers are quite dirty and I don't want to smear everything, you know, the white full of dark paint. So I'm just distressing the edges of the page, and then you know the polka dots comes through a little bit. I have to buy some more of my favorite Maggie Holmes background paper, the polka dots, but the smaller polka dots, and they're a little bit more uneven. So I'm just distressing that, and I just love the little bit of polka dots that you can see that shines through here and there. I absolutely adore this page, and I'm so thankful that it turned out the way it did. Next week, I'm going to show you more a more invested art journaling type of scrapbook page. So just so you know what's coming up. And then the next week after that, it's going to be a minimalistic one again. So I did a couple of ones that's simple to make, like this one, and then I did a couple that is a little bit more art journaling heavy. So I just stapled the pieces, as you can see, and then here is just a close-up. So I just used that mini stapler just to staple the pieces you can see on the edges there. So thank you so much for watching, and go to my blog where you can see a photo of the final page as well as the journaling. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you hopefully this Friday with our art journal page. Otherwise, next week. Bye bye.